Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is Thursday, time for some team commentaries. We're going to be starting things off with a bang here. I've got a 4 versus 4. I have got no idea how I'm going to properly commentate this, but we'll figure it out as we go along. We're going to be looking at team number 1 here, Gup as our purple Terran player. We've got the Blue Zerg, KCHJH. I'm just going to be calling him Blue Zerg. The red Protoss player, Fantasy Blade, and the teal Terran player, Kirashi. So that is team number 1. Right over here across the map is team number 2, Johnson, as our green Zerg player. Then we've got the orange Zerg, Kururu. Then the pink Protoss player, AM-Bit. And the yellow Zerg player, Kim Hee-Jun. Oh yeah, these names are absolutely absurd. Not going to be able to keep up with those, so I'll just be referring to them by color and race. So we've got the teal Terran player right now scouting out the first team. He'll be moving on, checking for where that pool is in the mix. And it looks like very fast pool. We can see right now not a lot of drones coming out, so he'll be hitting very early. As a result, you can see that ping going down. Kururu will be his next stop, and it looks like he also went for an early pull. So lots of early aggression from Team 2 here, the triple Zerg and Protoss team. And what's the makeup here of the other team? We've got 2 Terran, a Protoss, and a Zerg. So yeah, there we go. We got a pretty healthy mix of all 3 races, but then Zerg heavy and Protoss, and we'll have to see how this one pans out. So yes, again, this is Thursday team commentary days. Now, if you guys are in the Masters League and you have some great team games, 2v2, 3v3, or 4v4, and you would like to see those commentated, go ahead and send those to me at force@forcestrategygaming.com, and you could very well get your games commentated right here on Thursdays. We do have this looks like the red Protoss player scouting out yellow Zerg, and he will be seeing, hey, looks like some Zerglings are on the way, so we will have to see. Looks like Team 1 over here trying to get their wall off as quick as possible. Kirashi a little late. He does want to finish that wall off, and he needs that Rax to come in sometime soon so that he can have that range unit to contend with these Zerglings that are streaming across the map right now. So he has Zerglings from all 3 Zerg players heading across the map. We do have the purple Terran. Looks like he is fully walled off. Get that first Marine just about finished. Very likely that those 3 Zergs will be trying to nail this one Zerg. It is very difficult for a single Zerg to defend himself against 2 or especially 3 Zerg opponents running at him. We got the green Zerg as well as yellow Zerg heading across the map. Same thing with the orange Zerg. And yes, looks like they will be going straight for Team 1's blue Zerg's base. And it will be very difficult for him to defend himself. He will need to make sure those spine crawlers get up. And he tries to defend them as much as possible with his Zerglings. Also would love to see a queen coming out right now, so Blue Zerg kind of on the ropes right now. It's going to be very tough. He's got a couple more spine crawlers. Looks like they are coming down. Actually, no, this is Johnson's spine crawler, and that's going to get destroyed as quick as possible. Still trying to get it up, get us around there on the blue Zerglings, doing a bit of damage. Zerglings might run back, trying to defend those spine crawlers. Drones pulling away from the line. Johnson will be trying to come out with a spine crawler back here, and this is not looking good for the Blue Zerg at all. We have a couple Marines streaming out from both the orange Terran as well as the teal Terran, and it looks like they have taken care of most of them. They do want to get back here, try to kill off this spine crawler as well as get those Zerglings. So here we go. Marines move forward to engage. We've got Fantasy Blade coming on forward with his Zealot as well. Should have no problem taking out those Zerglings, and then immediately after dropping that spine, and there you go. Great job here by Team 1 in defending their Zerg ally. That was not looking good at all. All 3 Zerg players of the opposing team hitting at once can certainly be pretty devastating. A little surprised that they didn't try to work on the economy a little bit harder. I mean, it looks like we can see here KCJH didn't really take much damage at all, so the Blue Zerg going to do what he can to recoup and get back in the game. We have got Team 1 pushing out the teal and red Terran player moving across the map. Looks like they will be going straight for Kim Hee-Jun's base. That is the yellow Zerg player. He has got a couple spine crawlers coming down, also spotting out a little bit of scouting here with these overlords. Should see this coming. I don't know how much that's going to help him though. And there we go, scan going down over here, and it looks like they might actually be hitting AM-Bit's base instead of the yellow Zerg, and this could be a little bit dangerous right now. That wall off won't be lasting very long, but never mind. Actually, they will instead be going up here for the yellow Zerg player. So we got a few Marines here, some Zerglings, and a couple Zealots as well, and this could be pretty devastating round. Trying to target fire down that hatchery. Couple Queens trying to engage. A little bit leery about doing that though. They want to pull back, maybe wait till some reinforcements come from their allies. Gup coming down with a bunker. This is going to allow him to deal with any of these reinforcements coming from Team 2 Protoss players. AM-Bits trying to push forward, and he's got a pretty strong force. The Zealots are gone right now, but he does have a couple Stalkers trying to do what he can. Jones move forward to engage, trying to get us around, as well as those Queens. They're doing a bit of damage, but the Marine DPS just tearing through. Transfuse going down on the one Queen, and it looks like he might finish this, and there we go. The bunker gets finished. Gup going to be able to fill that up right now, and this is going to drastically cut back on the effectiveness of any assistance here from the rest of the team. Now, a couple Marines pushing forward, trying to do a little bit more damage. Those Queens able to overwhelm them, though. I'm surprised that the Teal Terran player didn't just push back to the safety of this bunker. There's a lot of Stalkers, and there's nothing to repair, so it looks like, yes, that burning bunker, he will be forced to actually pull out of that and salvage it. There's got no way of repairing it, so might as well get as many of those resources back as possible. Not sure if Gup's paying enough attention, though. Doesn't look like he's salvaging. We got a transition coming over here. Big push of Marines and one Marauder. I wonder if he has got any upgrades. He just started Stimpack. Also got the weapons level 1 upgrade coming on through. We do have the pink Protoss player. He looks like to be coming out with some Blink Stalkers and might be moving in Charge Zealots immediately after that. And here we go, trying to continue to defend. There we go. Yellow Zerg is finally defended, but again, here comes that push from Teal Terran right now. We'll be trying to target fire down that Queen. First getting rid of the Roach. See you later, Queen. And this is looking a little scary right now for that green Zerg player. This is a lot of DPS in the Marines. No assistance seems to be coming. We do have the pink Protoss player moving his way across the map to try to help, but the Teal Terran has got a tremendous opportunity, a lot of damage. But what is he doing? Target firing down the eggs. That is not a smart decision. Takes way too long to kill the eggs now that the roaches are out, and we have got a bunch of Stalkers here from the pink Protoss player, and that's going to mop up everything that Teal Terran has. At the same time, we've got a few Hellions as well as those Marines. Do the Hellions have any upgrades coming through? No, they do not. I was just wondering if he's going for that blue flame or anything like that, but it looks like the purple Terran player just working his way up to an expansion and getting some more Marines out as well. But here we go, working right into the resource line. 2 Hellions won't do too much. It's better to have those 3, but still a little bit of damage, getting a few extra shots, and here come these Stalkers to take care of those, and the Hellions will be taken out very quickly. Blink going down, taking care of the rest of the Hellions, and there you go. We still got one alive, but we got another Stalker coming through, and finally that Hellion gets dropped. Couple Marines still sitting idly over here. The yellow, ooh, he lost a building over there, interestingly enough. Ended up missing that one, unfortunately. I'm sure I'm going to miss a lot, guys. It's a 4v4, and I am one man. Albeit an amazing man, I am just one man. We do have got the green Zerg player over here. It looks like he will be working his way up into Roaches. We saw those Roaches in his defense earlier in the game. It looks like we do have a push coming out right now. The green Zerg, as well as the pink Protoss player, moving across the map, and we should be seeing a rally up of forces here on the Team 1, trying to be able to engage with these guys, but the Blink Stalkers will be going through, and Yellow Zerg given vision of the high ground. Blink Stalkers will be going up right into the main ground, and that could be a little bit scary. He does need to be very, very careful. We got the rally of troops right now, but they are not going to be able to deal with this, so the Blink is off cooldown. Let's see if he engages. We got a couple Roaches, and this is very close, and it looks like he's just throwing these away. Those were unfortunately regular moved, and those are going to be taken out very easily here, sandwiched between 3 of the players. However, purple Terran player's base looks to be under distress right now, getting target fire down, and the Stalkers taking out the command center, and they should be just piecing out of there at this point. That is some pretty hefty damage, so just move on down with those Blink Stalkers. He's going to stay in, realizing that he does outnumber these forces. Use some beautiful micro there to stay back from the purple Terran player's forces, and very nice job. He is tearing through purple Terran. At the same time, we have got a push from red Protoss and teal Terran moving straight up into the green Zerg player's base of Team 2. This is looking really scary. He's no defense at all. I wonder what the orange Zerg has been doing this whole game. I have not seen much action from him at all. That is very, very sad indeed. We still have some forces here. Those Stalkers moving in the main base. Also a bunch of Mutas. That's what orange Zerg is doing. So Muta's moving right into the blue Zerg player's base. Sorry, I'm a little flustered here. We do have the red Protoss doing quite a bit of damage. He managed to take out that base right there, and that is absolutely fantastic. Colossus looks to be in a little bit of danger at the same time here. The Muta's moving on over, trying to target fire down that pool, and actually we'll be going for that Queen first, then should be target firing down that spawning pool. We do still have pink Protoss players tearing through the purple Terran base, although he does have this expansion up, so that certainly helps him quite a bit. And red, oh my gosh, red Protoss as well as teal Terran doing quite a bit of damage. They took out the green Zerg player already, moving right into orange Zerg's base. We do have a few Mutas as defense. I'm not sure if that'll be enough, though. There's a decent amount of anti-air. Doesn't have quite enough Mutas. Looks like he will be pulling back home with the Mutas that were harassing. He did manage to take out that spawning pool of the blue Zerg, so certainly very good. But this push looking pretty scary right now. Stimpack going down. The Marines doing what they can. Looks like they will mop up the Mutas as well as those Stalkers and Sentries. A nice Guardian Shield, and this is looking a little scary right now for orange Zerg, just getting all of his workers roasted. Few more Mutas moving up, doing what he can to assist. I'm not sure it's going to be enough, but there we go. Blink Stalkers here from pink. A Protoss player should be helping and taking out the rest of the forces there. Now they just got to move that Colossus. That shouldn't be a problem. But unfortunately, orange Zerg player lost most of his workers. Let's see if he's rebuilding. Yes, he is. He's got 19 more workers coming through. Hopefully he rebuilds that hatchery over there. We do have a few Hellions moving across the map, and they will be actually roasting the workers sitting idly over here for the Green Zerg player. Green Zerg, after losing his main base, was trying to rebuild over here. A little bit perplexed, though, as to why he didn't build over here. Without the creep spread, he will be losing all of these buildings. These buildings slowly deteriorate over time while not on creep, so he really should have built his hatchery over there so as to try to save these. But now he's going to have to rebuild all of this as a result. Lots of Blink Stalkers moving across the map. We do have a ton of Marauders and Marines and a few Stalkers there, plus that Colossus. But the Blink Stalkers may have enough force to outnumber. And oh my gosh, the Banelings blowing up. So many of those Marines, and Pink Protoss should have no problem taking out the rest of them. Those Marauders obviously doing quite a bit of damage, but still, there are enough numbers there for Pink Zerg to take out the rest of those forces. Those Banelings were pretty devastating there, I'd have to say. A couple Zerglings here from Yellow Zerg will be continuing to harass the Purple Terran player's base. Few Roaches moving on up here from Blue Zerg to assist and try to take out those Hellions, and it looks like is he gonna... Oh, never mind. Okay, those were the Hellions. Never mind. It was the Zerglings they were trying to take out. Those were the Hellions from Purple Terran. But here we go. Pink Protoss again moving straight across the map and doing what he can. Will have no problem taking out all of those Roaches. He really wants to move on over here if he can do some more damage, although we do got a Planetary Fortress over there, so that could be a little bit of a dangerous situation. This certainly, though, is a lot of Stalkers. Going to be able to do a lot of damage. Looks like he should be able to target fire down, force the cancellation there of Blue Zerg player's expansion. Wants to stay back from that Planetary, though. Certainly doesn't have enough. Few Mutas from Orange Zerg moving on up, trying to do some damage over here, taking out taking out that one turret, and then we'll be working here on the Econ. There's actually there's a couple Marines, but certainly not a bunch. And there we go. Teal Terran player will be pushing back Pink Protoss. He just got way too much forces with that stim pack, plus those medevacs. That's a little bit scary right now for those amount of Blink Stalkers. And we did see Yellow Zerg trying to work down this base. Looks like he may be attempting to move in the high yield. We are seeing some nice creep spread over here as well. Trying to defend himself still. We got the Orange Zerg just doing so much damage over here. Unfortunately, Purple Terran just been taking it up the rear this entire game. He certainly had a very difficult time. And again, look at this. Yellow Zerg moving in. We've got some infestors over here as well. Should be helping. Wants to drop a fungal growth on this bio. If he can do that, it's going to help quite a bit. And there we go. Fungal on the bio, as well as those medevacs going to allow the Pink Protoss player to mop up the rest of these units. And there you go. Going to start going to town on Purple Terran player's base. Not looking good whatsoever. I don't know how many times I've said that this game. And here we go, Johnson again. Those buildings deteriorating, so he's trying to get himself back in the game. Oh, there we go with the creep spread from those Overlords, because he went straight for that layer at the expansion. Very nice there by Johnson, so he will manage to save these tech buildings. Very nice play indeed. Pretty impressed with that. Yellow Zerg trying to move around with those Zerglings. I'm not sure he's going to be able to do much more damage. He could try to harass, maybe try to do a little bit of damage over here. Taking a look over here, these expansions do look a little vulnerable, especially over here for the Teal Terran player. That expansion is very, very vulnerable, so if that were to get hit, that would certainly do a fantastic job. And we do have, my gosh, all teams macroing up right now. I'm sorry, guys. There's just, I don't know about 4v4s as being a single person. This is just a little nuts. And here we go. Zergling's trying to move around that Planetary Fortress. He might actually get this before it finishes, although we do have all of the bio moving on up, so that should push those Zerglings away. No reason to sacrifice those. Just save them for a later date. Still, a bunch of Mutas moving on over here. Now, let me take a look at production, see if we have anything fancy going on. We do have the Red Protoss player moving up. Looks like he's getting that War Prism, so might be trying for a little bit of dropping. Also, a few more gateways from his expansion over there. And some speed for the Banelings over there for Yellow Zerg player. We got Charge Zealots coming up for the Pink Protoss player as well. Burrow upgrade coming out for Blue Zerg. So lots of upgrades, lots of macro going on from both teams. And we are seeing continuous harass. And look at this big group of Banelings plus those Stalkers moving clear across the map. And this is looking to be quite a death force right now. We do have the Orange Zerg moving back across, back to his home base. And with a couple of Immortals, that's not going to be enough, though. There's so many Stalkers right now. And these Blink Stalkers have just been overwhelming so far in this game, taking out the Immortals, no problem, just target firing them down. They do want to try to stay back, though, from that Colossus, blinking forward and sniping him down so quickly. Banelings rolling up, and look at those infested Terrans moving down, and the burrowed Banelings. That's going to be very dangerous for any bio that happens to crawl past that. Would like to see a little bit more of a spread, and actually, no, unburrowing will be moving it up. He should be moving straight into that bio right there. The infested Terrans will be forcing back, and this Planetary Fortress is looking to be a little low as well, and there we go. The Banelings doing a bit of damage to that Planetary. Didn't manage to kill it off entirely, but those infested Terrans did quite a bit of damage, most certainly. Burrowed infestors need to stay away, though. We do have that cloak detection there from that missile turret. And here we go. Come a push right now with the Teal Terran as well as that Blue Zerg player. Taking out those expansions. We'll be moving straight up in Orange Zerg's base. And Orange Zerg sitting mainly Muta heavy right now. Not going to really have enough to defend himself. Yes, he's got a ton of Mutas, but that is pretty much it. And he's not going to be able to take care of those Hydras as well as those Marines now. This push going to take out his entire base. This is a very, very strong push here from Team 1. Again, the Blue Zerg and Teal Terran just going to town over here. At the same time, we do have Pink Protoss working on the Blue Zerg player's base, so a little bit of a base trade between these two. Red Protoss trying to move up and engage. He doesn't have charge for these Zealots, not going to be able to do much damage at all to those Blink Stalkers, but look at this. Orange Zerg has lost his entire base. All he's got right now so far in this game are these Mutas, and that is it. This is a very strong force here from Teal Terran as well as Blue Zerg, although Blue Zerg may very well be losing his base, but no, look at that. Teal Terran mopping up over here as well, so Teal Terran with two very strong forces of this bio army. Again, he does have 3 bases. That's certainly going to be a major factor into his ability to afford such a strong army. And again, continuing to push across the map. We do have a few charged Zealots, a couple High Templars here as well. Some infested Terrans dropping down, and we do have a big engagement going on over here. The Green Zerg trying to defend his base with assistance here from the Yellow Zerg player with those infested Terrans getting dropped on the ground. That bio just shredding through, but there is enough right now. Moving up as well with those charged Zealots. Should be able to mop up that bio, no problem. We do have Orange Zerg moving over here, trying to engage the Teal Terran player. Should be taking out that attachment there. They're very nice. That's going to stop that double production from the reactor on that starport. Trying to get a few free kills of those Marines as well, then pulling on back home. You know, certainly a very strong army, though, from our Teal Terran player. And again, that is primarily due to the fact that he has got so many bases up and running. Those Mutas do want to stay away from those missile turrets. Keep in mind, this is all Orange has right now. This amount of Mutas, and that is it. He has got nothing else going on. I'm not sure if he has any workers. Oh, he does have a few workers, and he does have the resources to rebuild, so hopefully we see him do that. Another big engagement. Fungal growth going down on those Immortals as well as those Marines and Mirages. We have a few DT moving on in here from Fantasy Blade, and that's a little bit scary. This is not going to be good at all. I'm not sure they have enough cloak detection. Zealots moving on up, swooping up most of those units. We do have the Green Zerg moving up top as well, getting some shots from the high ground, but these DT looking to be a little bit scary. There's a few situated right here. Fantasy Blade has an opportunity to do quite a bit of damage. Lots of charged Zealots as well as that High Templar. We have an Overseer over here, though. That's going to help him take care of those DT as long as he moves himself right on over. Did he manage to rebuild? There we go. So the Orange Zerg player has rebuilt his base, and Teal Terran just taking complete map control here, doing a fantastic job of macroing. He's doing what he can to get up these bases and try to fuel that bio army of his. We do still have a few more infestors burrowed over here. What ends up making of these DT over here? The DT a little bit out of range, unfortunately, of that Observer. So all these Zerglings getting roasted. We just really need that Observer, the Overseer, to move on over. And ooh, that was a little scary there for a moment. He needs to pull back right now with those infestors. Really no reason to lose those. A couple of Banelings doing a bit of damage there to those Zealots. We got that big bio over here for the Teal Terran player moving straight across the map. And I think he did manage to take care of those DT. Yes, it looks like they did. I do not believe there are any more DT on the map. We got 2 DT on the map. I'm not entirely sure where they are, though. Here we go. Bio moving on up and taking out the Green Zerg player's base. So Teal Terran sniping down with this strong bio force. We get some charged Zealots moving up. Needs to stay away from those High Templar. Big storms going down. The Zealots moving on into them as well. He needs to storm behind the army as they are likely to move back. Banelings move from the opposite side, trying to sandwich, but unfortunately the DPS managed to take him out, but not able to overcome the massive amounts of storms. So those charged Zealots plus those High Templars absolutely wrecking that bio army. And here we go, Orange Zerg with the entirety of his force here moving around, trying to do some damage. We got some Stalkers moving forward to engage. Also that Photon Cannon doing a little bit of damage over there. Game has been nuts, guys. Hopefully it's been enjoyable for you guys. Infestors need to be very, very careful to stay away from any of that cloak detection. We do have that Overseer right there. And oh no, those infestors getting destroyed because of this cloak detection from this Overseer. He dropped so many of these infested Terrans, but those roaches do a pretty good job of working through them. But look at that DPS. Oh my gosh, those infested Terrans just going to town there. And he needs to stay away again from this cloak detection. He's losing these infestors. I'm almost certain that the Yellow Zerg player just wasn't paying attention to those because he really lost those unnecessarily. Now we do have the Pink Protoss moving across, trying to get some remote mining going down. Really want to see him rebuild his base over here. Still haven't seen this base least brought back up. We do have Fantasy Blade sitting over there with the Dark Templar, so that's certainly helping them be able to stop and prevent any sort of expansion from going up there. And here we go, the Teal Terran again moving across with that bio, and here's the Bio Destruction Army. Those Archons plus those Charged Zealots, a few High Templar in the mix, and that's going to do a lot of damage. But again, just stimming up and sniping down the base here from the yellow Zerg player, and that is not good at all. Losing his base. He does have quite a few resources left sitting idle and actually burrowing down those workers, although we might see a scan. And here we go, Charged Zealots moving on in, as well as those Archons trying to swoop around that bio. Bio's wanting to try to stim back and get in the corner to attempt not getting surrounded, but not going to happen. Those Charged Zealots just going to town. So the Bio Army getting completely mopped up, and I am not sure at all why those Archons didn't target fire down those dropships right there, but oh well, I guess there's nothing you can do about it. A couple of DT getting a few shots off here on those Infestors. Infestors trying to move across the map. We do have the Protoss, the Terran player, purple Terran player is what I meant to say, moving on, trying to get a few free light unit kills. And oh no, those Infestors getting just worked right now. Cloak detection, and see you later. That was a huge loss there for the yellow Zerg player. He couldn't really afford that. That was very, very expensive, especially this late in the game. Very surprised here to see that, you know, the orange Zerg player still in the game, but he has lost his base over here from the red Protoss player, and he's going to be losing this one as well. So unfortunately, the Zerg player, orange Zerg, just losing everything over here. He does still have a few more drones though, and he does have the resources to rebuild, so hopefully he tries to get back up that base and try to get back in this game. I think we might have DT. Yeah, just DT spread across the map right now. And yeah, this is, I don't know. I mean, we have cloak detection over here, so I mean, these can get taken care of. Hopefully he does actually decide to do so. And the DT of Fantasy Blade just going to town. And we're seeing just continuous bio here from the Teal Terran player. He is doing a decent job of his upgrades as well. That armor coming through, so that should be finished sometime soon, hopefully. I can keep the production tab at this point in the game, though, since there's not a lot going on. Everyone's so low on resources. And we do have the Zerg player moving back, trying to micro away from those Charged Zealots, and those Hellions. Oh, needs to be careful. Charged Zealots getting very close to catching up. They don't have blue flame, but still, it doesn't matter. Should still be able to do a bit of damage. He does want to try to stay away from the Archon. Oh, no, gonna get sandwiched right now. We've got the Terran player moving from the backside, taking out those Banelings, and it looks like those Zealots and Archons. Oh, there's the GG. So we do have the pink Protoss player leaving the game. GG and leave. And my gosh, what a 4v4. Looks like Team 1 did prevail, and that was our purple, blue, red, and teal team. An absolutely nuts game, I'd have to say. I don't even know. I don't know if I should do 4v4s. You guys let me know below what you think. Was that worth it? I mean, there was so much going on. I really can't talk in a game like this about strategy too much because there's just too much action for me to try to keep up with. That was definitely pretty intense, though, so let me know in the comments below if you guys enjoyed this 4v4 commentary. Maybe this is something I do need a co-caster for just because it's pretty insane. But anyways, I will be moving on to some more team games, likely to be 2v2s and 3v3s. As mentioned prior, on Thursdays, I do commentary for team games, so if you are a Masters level player and you have got Masters 2v2, 3v3, or 4v4 replays that you would like commentated on my channel, go ahead and send those to me at force@forcestrategygaming.com. As always, guys, if you like the content, please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Keep watching and keep owning.